Hello, my fellow Cowboys fans, and welcome to another edition of Cowboys Imperial Report. I am the Emperor, Marcus Aurelius Maximus, and on this edition, we're going to be talking about the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Giants in the NFC Divisional Playoff, number 1 versus number 5 in Texas Stadium at 3:15 this Sunday. Today's guest on the show is none other than the soothsayer who will be there live at Texas Stadium to witness this incredible game. Let's go ahead and talk to Sooth. Welcome to Cowboys Imperial Report, soothsayer. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, young man. Are you psyched for this game?
Oh, I'm ready. I can't wait to crush those Giants and get our first playoff win in who knows how long, a decade or so.
Yeah. 9 years, actually.
9? Wow.
Yep.
Well, luckily, you are going to be there live and witness the Cowboys trounce the Giants. Who all's coming with you?
My brother Blue Camp will be joining me on this excursion. He's totally psyched.
No one else? You haven't heard from...
I haven't heard from Novacatch. I talked to him a couple of weeks ago, but I haven't heard anything back from him. He might show up. I don't know.
All right, well, be sure to give him a shout-out for us from the clique.
No, we will.
All right, what do the Cowboys have to do to win this game?
Run faster, hit harder, score more points. I mean, football is really very simple. But, this is the playoffs, and the intensity level is a lot higher. And they have to notch it up. I mean, they have to bring their A game. They have to play their game. They can't let the Giants get anything on them. They just have to go out from the very first kick and just dominate. It's more of I think it's more attitude than it is anything else in the playoffs, really, because the talent level's pretty even. But it's whoever wants it more is going to win, and I definitely think the Cowboys want it more.
Do the Giants present a threat to our quest to get the 6th ring?
Well, they present an obstacle. I wouldn't consider the Giants a threat. Interestingly enough, this is the 29th season that the Cowboys have made the playoffs. Oh. And only one other team has made the playoffs 29 seasons. You know who that is?
The Giants?
The New York Giants.
Now, wait a second.
Enough, and this is the first time they've ever met in the playoffs, so it's going to be a big game. But, the Cowboys, this is their 56th playoff game, and, the next nearest team is Pittsburgh with 47. Cowboys have 132, and Pittsburgh is second with 28, and then San Francisco and Oakland come in at 25. Apparently the Giants, they make the playoffs, and then they lose in the first round. That seems to be their habit, which is going to be confirmed on Sunday.
Well, now, wait a second. I assume that those stats for the Giants and the Steelers, those stats include everything before the merger. Is that correct?
Well, I would believe that's the playoff system that we have didn't really start until 1970. So I would assume that they started that count at that time. Okay.
We have to make sure because the media, as you well know, love to count championships before the merger.
Well, yeah, but, there are a lot of teams that have been around for a lot of years, and none of them are even close to the Dallas Cowboys in number of consecutive winning seasons, number of postseason games, number of playoff victories, number of conference championship victories. There are 3 that are tied with Super Bowl victories, but, realistically, the Cowboys are the winningest team in the history of football. Everybody knows it. and that's what that's what this year is really all about. It's about reclaiming the title of America's team, because that's what the Dallas Cowboys are. They are America's team, because America loves a winner and will not tolerate a loser, in the immortal words of George S. Patton.
Yeah. How will T.O. and Terry Glenn, how will they help this offense come Sunday?
Well, if you got both of those guys on the field, it's a whole nother game. They haven't played together all year long. Even if T.O. is somewhat limited, he is going to draw attention. You know, I mean, the problem with that, when he got injured, what the defenses would do is they would just play man on the receivers and then stuff the box with 8 defenders, and that pretty much shut down the running game. Because, you know, you have eight tacklers, but you only have 7 blockers plus the running back. And then, you know, and I've always said that the way that you win in January is by establishing a running game.
Amen.
So if T.O. does not play, it's going to be more difficult to establish a running game. But Terry Glenn, he is extremely fast. He's very deadly as a deep threat, and they're going to have to pay attention to him. So if both of them are on the field, I expect the Cowboys are going to stretch the defense. They're going to have to cover both of those guys. They might have to double cover them. And that's going to open up the middle for Jason Witten or Patrick Creighton or Sam Hurd, and that's definitely going to help the running game.
Okay, so if that's going to help the running game, is there going to be any daylight for Marion Barber?
Well, Marion Barber might see a sliver of daylight between his fist and the face of the defender when he gives him a right hook to gain a first down. You know, that's what I'm talking about. You know, Marion Barber is the most ferocious running back I've seen in years.
Yes.
And, you know, really, I think Jason Garrett really needs to get a handle on that, because he is a down-the-field runner. He will hit the hole. But Julius Jones, it's not that he's not a good running back. It's that his running style doesn't really fit with the blocking schemes that the offensive linemen use. He would be better utilized, you know, say in the flats, you know, short dumps, like sort of the way they use Brian Westbrook. You know, if they just run the ball up the middle with Marion Barber and then use Julius Jones on the outside, you know, I think that will gain significant yardage.
Okay, real quick, cross-examination, yes or no answer. The last time the Dallas Cowboys faced an opponent for the first time in the playoffs was against the Seattle Seahawks last year. We know how that turned out. Will Dallas get a more favorable outcome this year?
Yes.
All right. Yes.
I don't see a scenario in which New York wins this game. Really.
Yeah.
Eli Manning. I mean, he's just not there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's never going to be there. And the Cowboys are going to show up to play. I hope New York shows up to play. I hope they bring it. I hope they bring it on. But I think they're going down hard.
Well, Sue, it was nice having you here on the show. Everybody's going to watch it. It's going to get 1,000 hits overnight. And cheer loud for us, because we want to hear the true blue at Texas Stadium. Not those people who boo Troy Aikman or whatever. We want to hear you.
There's going to be a lot of people there. You know what I mean? Because this game wasn't on the schedule. We didn't know who the opponent was going to be, so all of the tickets were sold to homeboys. You know?
All right, yeah.
So we're going to be loud.
All right. Thanks, Sue. We'll talk to you later. We appreciate your input. What does the Emperor call? Dallas 34, the New York Giants 17. The Dallas Cowboys will advance. to the NFC Championship game and take on the Green Bay Packers. I'll see you next week, my fellow Cowboys fans.